Hello students, today we are going to continue with chapter 9 of science, living organisms and their surroundings. Today we are going to study about adaptations. We know there are many different kinds of habitats having entirely different environmental conditions like temperature and amount of water. A living organism can survive in a habitat if its body is suited or adapted to the conditions or environment of that habitat. Plants and animals develop special characteristics or features in their body in order to survive in their habitat. The presence of specific body features for certain habitats which enable a plant or animal to live in a habitat is called adaptation. Let us understand with few examples of adaptations. Adaptation in camel. Camel lives in hot desert where the water is scarce. The body structure of the camel helps it to survive in desert conditions. Camel is adapted to live in desert because of its following special features. The camel has long legs which help them to keep its body away from the hot sand in the desert. A camel can drink large amount of water when it is available and store it in the body. A camel saves water in its body as it passes small amount of urine. Its tongue is very dry and it does not sweat. A camel's hump has fat stored in it. In case of emergency, camel can break down stored fats to obtain water. A camel has large and flat feet which help it to walk easily on soft sand. Similarly, let us see adaptations in fish. The fish lives in water of a pond, lake, river or ocean. The body structure of fish helps it to survive inside water. The fish is adapted to live in water because of its following features. The head, trunk and tail of a fish merge to form streamlined shape, which helps the fish to move through water easily. The fish has special organs called gills, which helps it to absorb oxygen dissolved in water for breathing. A fish can live in water only because it is adapted to breathe in water. A fish cannot live on dry land because it is not adapted to breathe on land. A fish has slippery scales on its body which protects the body from water and helps in easy movement through water. The fish has strong tail for swimming. The fish has flat fins to change the directions and keep its body balanced in water. Let us now understand terrestrial habitat. Some of the terrestrial habitats are desert, mountain ranges and forests. Deserts, a waterless area of land covered with sand and having little or no vegetation is called a desert. The dominant factor in a desert are scarcity of water and high temperature. In such habitats, the plant and animals have to protect themselves from excessive loss of water and too much heat. We have studied the adaptation of camel. Adaptation in desert animals. The desert animals such as desert rat and desert snake survive by living in the burrows during the hot daytime. The desert rats and snakes dig deep burrows in the sand and stay in them during daytime when it is very hot. The burrows stay cool during day and hence protect these animals from the sun's heat as well as loss of water from their body. These animals come out of their burrows only during cool night time in search of food. The desert rats and desert snakes pass out very small amount of urine and hence conserve water in their body. Adaptations in desert plants. The leaves of the desert plants are either absent or very small or present in a form of spine or thorns. This helps in reducing the loss of water from the leaves through transpiration. Since desert plants lose very little water through transpiration, they can survive on stored water for a long time. Most of the plants carry out photosynthesis by leaves. However, the leaves of desert plants are either absent, very small, or in a form of spines. The stem of desert plants are modified to perform the functions of leaf. The stems of desert plants are modified for storing water. These stems are also covered with a thick waxy layer called cuticle, which prevents the loss of water from it. Most of the desert plants have long roots which go deep into the soil for absorbing water. Cactus is the most common plant found in deserts. The cactus plants have modified their leaves in the form of thin spines to reduce the loss of water through transpiration, and hence, because of this, cactus plants lose very little water and survive in desert on the stored water for a long time. The photosynthesis in cactus plant is carried out by the green stem. The green leaf-like structure which we see in cactus plant is its stem. The cactus plant stores water in its stem. The stem of a cactus plant is covered with a cuticle, which prevents loss of water through transpiration. The cactus plant has long roots to absorb water from larger area. Mountain regions. A very high hill is called a mountain. The mountain habitats are usually very cold and windy. There is a large variety of plants and animals living in the mountain habitats. Adaptation in plants in mountain habitats. There is a lot of rain in mountain regions. In the mountain habitat, it is very cold during winter and snowfall may also occur. The rain and snow may damage the mountain trees and plants. At a very low temperature in winter, the soil water freezes and hence become unavailable to the roots of the trees and plants. On high mountains, it is also more windy. Water evaporates more quickly in windy places, due to which trees on mountains can lose too much of water easily through their leaves. This means that to survive in mountain habitat, trees and plants should have adaptation to overcome all these challenges. The trees in mountain habitats are usually cone-shaped, having slopy branches. This makes the rainwater and snow slide off easily without damaging the branches and leaves. Many mountain trees have small needle-like leaves, due to which these leaves lose very little water in windy conditions. This helps mountain trees to survive in winter when all the soil water is frozen in a form of ice and not available to the root. The needle-like leaves have cuticles to reduce loss of water through transpiration and to protect them from damage by rain and snow. The broad-leaved trees found on mountains shed their leaves before the onset of winter. This prevents such trees from losing water from their leaves and helps in their survival during winter, when all the water in soil is frozen and hence not available to the roots. Adaptation in animals in mountain habitats. The animals living in mountain habitats are also adapted to extremely cold environment present there. Let us understand adaptation in few animals in mountain regions. Adaptation in yak. Yak is a kind of large ox covered with long silky hair. Yak lives on mountains where it is very cold. Yaks are adapted to live in the cold climate of the mountain by having long hair to protect them from cold and keep them warm. Adaptation in mountain goat. Mountain goat has long hair to protect it from cold and keep it warm. The mountain goat has strong hooves for running up the rocky slopes of mountain for grazing. The hard and rough feet of animals are called as hooves. Adaptation in snow leopard. The snow leopard has thick fur on its body. This fur protects the snow leopard from cold and keep it warm. The snow leopard has also fur on its feet and toes. This protects its feet from cold when it walks on snow. The snow leopard has a thick layer of fat beneath its skin for insulation to protect it from the cold. The snow leopard has a round body and small ears to keep the body surface area to maximum. This reduces the heat loss from the body of a snow leopard. The snow leopard has big feet to spread the weight on snow and prevent it sinking onto soft snow. Forests or grasslands. A large area of land covered mainly with trees and plants is called a forest. And a large area of grass covered land used for grazing is called grassland. There are few trees or places for animals to hide in grassland habitats. Due to this, speed is important for animals which lives in grassland habitats so that they can run away from their enemies. For most common purpose, however, the term forest and grasslands are used in the same sense. The forest is a habitat. Mainly, many animals such as lion, tigers, elephants, deer, etc. live in the forest habitats. There are many features of lion, a deer, or other animals and plants which help them to survive in forest habitat. The adaptations in lion and deer to the forest habitats are as below. Adaptation in lion. The lion is a carnivorous animal which eats only the meat of the other animal. The lion is adapted to the forest habitat in the following ways. The lion is strong, fast and agile animal which can hunt and kill its prey like deer. The lion has long, strong and sharp claws in its front legs to catch its prey. The lion can withdraw the claws inside the toes so that they do not become worn out or blunt when it walks. The lion has eyes in the front of his head, which enables it to have a correct idea of the location of its prey. This helps it in catching the prey. The lion is light brown in color. This color helps the lion to hide in a dry grassland when it hunts for prey. Adaptation in deer. The deer is a herbivorous animal which eats only the plant material as food. Deer is another animal which lives in forest habitat. The deer is adapted to the forest habitat in the following ways. The deer has eyes on the side of its head, which enables it to see in all the directions at the same time. The all-round vision of deer helps it to see animals like lion, which kills it in all the area around it. The deer has big ears for good hearing. The big ears help the deer to hear the movement of the predator like lion very easily. The deer is fast and agile animal. The speed of deer helps it to run away from predator which tries to catch it. The deer has strong teeth for chewing the hard plant stems of the forest. So my dear students, that's all for today. Till then, bye-bye.